Why the fuck did I join the Army? Been wondering that for a long time. No idea. Okay, in all seriousness, I joined back in 2008, September of 2008. And I joined because I had no direction in life. Fucking none. At the time, I wanted to go to the Art Institute for game design. I had no fucking idea what that meant. I can't fucking draw. I didn't know how to code or anything like that. Like I was that stereotypical kid that's like, oh, I'm gonna be the next big game designer. I want to be a game director like Todd Howard. But fucking no. What the fuck was I thinking? I didn't know what I was even getting into. I didn't even have a portfolio for this fucking school. But hey, I was like, fuck it. I'll just jump in. No idea what the fuck's going on, but I'm gonna do it. So I was approached, as most people would. I received multiple phone calls throughout my senior year from every branch because I took the ASVAB when I was a junior. And I always would pick up the phone and just be like, oh, Zach's not here, or whatever. I would just say fuck off, basically, without saying fuck off. A member of the Marines called one time. I asked them if they did domestic partners insurance. They never called back, so. But the Army was relatively persistent. So much so that they actually had a recruiter show up to my house when I was at work one day. And then there was this huge fight between my mom and I, and her boyfriend at the time. And it got heated. Now this is back, I had long hippie hair, I was skinny as fuck, and I was liberal as fuck. I was one of those liberal kids that had no idea what the fuck I was talking about. A mix of liberal fucktard with conspiracy theory nut job. And the government's the problem of everything, and anti this, anti that, just for the sake of being it. Just to conform to this identity of not conforming to anything. I was a fucking mess before I joined the Army. So I'm really glad that I fucking did. Well, I met with the recruiter, and apparently my ASVAB score was relatively high. And that was great. Fantastic. I was presented a list of many jobs, and the one that he presented in front of me was some sort of IT job, something like that. I think it was, God, we always made fun of them when I was in the slideshow guys, the guys who just make slideshows, click, 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 click. Military intelligence, I think it was. But I didn't want to do that because I had one of two jobs in mind for my life. And one was to be this next big great game designer because I love video games. The other one was one that felt more aligned with something that I could actually do. So that if I went to the Art Institute and video games didn't work out, they also had a culinary program. So that was ultimately what I became in the Army, was a cook. But the reason why I became a cook is not because I didn't want to do whatever. Not that I didn't want to feel like a soldier. It's not like I wanted to have an easy job and all this shit. Newsflash, being a cook's not fucking easy. But it was because I saw that, all right, I can join the Army, be in it for so many years, get out, go to college, you know. But I always thought that if I can't pursue what particular dream I have, maybe I can fall off on a passion, which is cooking. I always loved cooking. It was my goal when I was younger to be like the next big celebrity chef. I loved watching like Emerald and Rachel Ray and all these fucking people on TV, and I wanted to be just like that. And I thought, fuck it, if I'm gonna, you know, if I like cooking, if it's something I actually like to do at this age, it's probably something I'm gonna like to do for the rest of my life. I'll join the Army and be a cook. But there was a caveat. If I was going to join the Army, I wanted to deploy. And this was one of the conversations I had with my recruiter. When he does the presentation of the MOS and he brought up the whole cook thing, I was like, oh, well, that's cool. Can I see some more information on that? And that wasn't the selling point for me. The selling point for being a cook were twofold. The Army College Fund and a fat fucking bonus. Those are what sold me into being a cook. Not so much joining the Army. Just getting to college alone was enough to join the Army. Hell, getting the hell out of Menifee, California was enough to get out of the Army. You know, there's this huge issue between me and my mother where she would refuse to co-sign my loan for college. I was pissed at her at the time, but looking back, you know, I'm horrible with fucking money, so she made a good fucking bet. So he sent me through the videos, and as I'm watching them, it's all fluff stuff, and he's talking about, oh, you could work at the Pentagon, or you could work here, or you could even cook for the president, and all this fluff shit that I didn't care about. And I was like, well, are you going to deploy? Because my thing is, I come from a line of family that was in the military, and even though I was this long-haired, lanky, hippie fuck when I was 17, 18 years old, I still had some semblance of, hey, if I'm going to do something, I want to go all out, right? And this is probably the part where I'm going to get a bunch of people saying, well, why don't you just join the fucking infantry? I'm like, okay, fuck off. I don't need to hear it. But I was like, hey, I do want to deploy. I do want to go kind of see the world. I want to see what the fuck's out there. I want to, if I'm going to have this experience, I want it to be real. And that's when he's like, so you want to deploy? And I was like, I don't think anyone wants to. I think I'm interested in it. I'm interested enough to, if I'm going to sign up for this, I kind of expect it. And that's where he finally was like, all right, well, you're most likely going to deploy no matter where you go. You're going to hear a lot of people when you go to basic saying all these crazy things about how they can reclass and how they can choose their duty stations. The Army doesn't give you that much power. Basically, you sign in, you sign your choice away, pretty much. The Army's going to make a lot of decisions for you. So all these rumors you hear in basic, just fucking ignore them. It's like, well, I'd expect. I mean, you can't have all these people come in but then cater to everybody. I was still from a very different mindset. I came into the Army thinking that, it's going to be this huge, tough thing, like Full Metal Jacket shit. That was what I was expecting. So I was glad that he was forward with me. I'm glad that he actually told me, hey, this is what it's going to be like. Once I told him that I had a certain level of expectation on my side, and it was nice. My recruiter, until some crazy shit happened, is a pretty reasonable dude. So I said, fuck it, yeah, because fat ass fucking bonus, fucking major addition to my fucking college fund, and I was like, yeah, let's do it. I'll be a cook. I'll be a cook because I'll be doing something that I love to do. I'll be providing a service to people that fucking need it. I mean, everyone's got to eat, right? So I went all in with it. And I fucking joined. I made that motherfucker wine and dine me, though, until I was sent to MEPS for the last time. There were times where, the road was being made for me to leave. So what I decided to do was, hey, take advantage of it. There was one time I was out of gas and I called my recruiter up and he came by and filled that tank for me because he wanted to make sure I would sign off on all the paperwork. He would take me out to lunch all the fucking time. If I had time off of work, I would go. Work/school, because I was also in summer school at the time. Side note, every single year of high school, I did summer school. Because I'm just lazy like that. At least I was back then. But I signed up. Did the whole MEPS thing. Had some old guy look at my asshole. It was great. So yeah, TLDR. Long story short, I joined because I needed to get the fuck out of bumfuck Menifee, California. I couldn't get into college because my grades sucked. Couldn't get any scholarships. Had no idea how college even fucking worked. Couldn't get my mom to co-sign a loan, but it wasn't her fucking problem, and I don't fucking blame her. And oh yeah, the fat bonus, the fat college fund stuff. And I was a cook because I like cooking. Not so much anymore. Obvious reasons. Anyway, I hope you motherfuckers like this shit. Subscribe and all that happy blah blah jazz. And then I guess we're on to the next one. Basic training. It's MaceValor.